What's going on, everybody? Coach Reese here, Prophletics Fitness, coming to bring you a video on how to effectively shoot the jab in boxing. Hopefully this video will help you out as far as understanding how the jab is thrown, the kinetics of it, why the jab is thrown, and any other inconsistencies that you may have been introduced to. So let's get to work. So first thing that we're going to address is your actual boxing guard and your foot positioning and your body positioning. The reason I say that, you'll find out shortly. So if you're an orthodox fighter, which means you're right-handed, your left foot is in the front. Your right foot is in the back, not directly behind. There are certain guards for that, but right now it's just a cross situation where the right leg is out just a little bit. Your left hand is up in front, your right hand is back by your jaw. A lot of people teach, the traditional high guard first, putting your knuckles on your cheekbones. That's not necessary at all times. So right now we're just going to have more of a relaxed guard with your left hand in the front, right hand in the back. If you notice, my shoulders are not square. This is a highly executed flaw for a lot of fighters. They go square, which also puts their feet straight ahead. So when they shoot their jab, it takes longer for them to travel from a back-loaded position. Their shoulders are square like they're running track or playing football. You don't want that. You want to be at an angle. If you look at my toes right now, they're pointed at an angle. They're not pointed towards you. My back foot will be up just a bit. My left shoulder is back. So when I shoot the jab, boom, it comes out, boom, off of a faster position or point of position because my left shoulder is already leading a bit. So when you shoot your jab, if you're right-handed like I am, you use your left hand. And with that jab, you step, you probably heard my toe, you turn your knuckles over. You want to connect with these two knuckles right here. These two knuckles line up perfectly with your arm. These two knuckles are smaller, they're easier to break. So when you shoot your jab, you want to boom, give it a small step out, corkscrew, turn that hand over. Some people even overturn just a little bit to make sure that those two knuckles right there are connecting at the right point. But you turn over, and if you notice, my body went from the 45-degree position to the 90-degree position. So my chest is actually flat against that wall position-wise. Once again, boom. You shoot it, you step, boom, and your hip activates because you've turned into it. Punching with your arm is one of the most useless things that you can do as far as actual contact. There are times where you might just want to touch and get someone's attention. But other than that, if you're actually shooting a jab for the connect point, you want to make sure that, boom, you throw your entire half of the body into the jab by stepping, turning your hip, boom, and releasing the shot. Got it? When I address individuals who have square boxing guards, usually, like I said, their feet are pointed straight towards you and their shoulders are square, as you see mine are right now. So I'm going to throw two different jabs. The first jab is coming off of the square stance, the flawed stance. So it's going to take longer for this jab to travel forward like it's supposed to. Boom, because it's coming from back here. I've already had that head start from being in the correct boxing stance and correcting it to that 45-degree angle. It's not going to take that long for it to shoot. You just, boom, snap it out there. So make sure that you don't get into a track stance or a football stance when you're shooting your jab. You point your toes the same way that your shoulders are positioned and you, boom, snap your jab out. Keep your right hand up to protect just in case something comes back. Or if something comes at you at the same time, it's easy for you to catch their jab or catch the hook that may come to the right side of your head. And this is for my orthodox people. Remember, for my southpaws, everything is opposite. You're leading with your right foot and your right hand's forward and boom, you're there. Boom, your left hand stays up. No, I'm not leaving myself open for any positioning right there or any type of counter. So make sure you stay tight. And make sure that you retract just as fast as you shoot to be able to defend. So you don't want to leave your jab out there and go down or have a lazy retraction. Make sure that your retraction is just as fast as the shot itself. Another important takeaway are these. Actually, these are the most important things in boxing. Your feet will tell your hands what to do. So what I mean by that right now with the jab, what's going on is I'm not rested on my back foot. That's a parking brake. When the heel's on the ground, that's a parking brake. When my heel is up just a bit, the parking brake is off, which allows me, when I jab, boom, I can push off of that foot immediately. If my parking brake is on, I have to relift the foot in order to shoot forward. So, as far as speed goes, this one with the heel up, boom, will shoot off faster versus this one, boom, where I have to pick up off the parking brake and push forward. Also, make sure that you're moving on the balls of your feet in here. Do not sit on your heels. A lot of people move forward on their heels like this. They roll heel to toe. Heel to toe is not boxing. Toe to heel is. You're able to shoot your jab forward, boom. Or you're able to shoot it and retract to the same position. As long as the parking brake is off, and as long as when you jab, boom, you tap that ball of the foot, boom, you're in great positioning. So your feet are the most important part. Make sure that your feet are correct. A reminder for your feet, don't have your feet pointed forward here. This matches that square football guard. Turn them out so you can have your 45 degrees being shot up top. Once again, you'll be able to shoot. That left foot tap, boom, is the extension of my jab. So after you master those techniques after you train those techniques without hitting the pads or hitting the bag and working on your kinetics, because the kinetics are first, then you take yourself to your bag or your pads or whatever the case is, and you want to make sure that you snap your jab. You want to make sure that you get your point across, because the jab is the most important punch. You shoot that to either dictate the pace, set up big shots, or sometimes just work your way in. So when you work on your jab, work on shooting it and getting it back. Right there. Shoot it, get it back. Remember, don't get into that square shot or that square stance where it takes forever to get in. You might even hyperextend your elbow. Almost felt like I just did that. So make sure you get that lead shoulder in the front. Snap that jab. Hopefully this video will help y'all out. Like and subscribe for more.